teacher who I introduced it to is in the classroom next to me. They heard my students cheering and wanted to come in and see what was going on, and I told them we're playing a game, and she said, wow, that looks fantastic. I said, it's Kahoot, I'll teach you, and she's been using it ever since.
I'm definitely a Kahoot advocate, a Kahoot veteran, yes. So after I used Kahoot for the first time and saw how much the students loved it, I really wanted to share it with others. They realized the students loved it, and from there it kind of spread to all the teachers in the building.
I'm always looking for new things to engage my students, and I know technology is huge. Using Kahoot, you don't really need to be as advanced, and definitely rely on other people who have created Kahoots.
The ease of having a database there with a lot of questions. I will find a previously made Kahoot and then make it my own.
So when I partner with schools, the first meeting is always with administration, and every school is different. So we talk about what the needs are, what their mission and vision is of using technology in the classroom. And so collaboration is always a common theme. You know, cost effectiveness is always a common theme, and I found Kahoot to fall into all of these categories that schools are looking for. Like a big idea that teachers love to embrace is the idea of not reinventing the wheel. So we can have teachers who can collaborate with each other to create Kahoots. That's a plus. I think that's a game changer because time is something that teachers cherish also. Absolutely. And they want to work efficiently.
If I were to describe Kahoot in 3 words to another teacher, I think I would say easy, fun, and efficient. I'll do a 15 to 20 question Kahoot about the topic that we've just learned about, or possibly introducing a new topic, and let them do team mode. They have a couple of seconds to talk about it with their teammates, try and answer the question.
I use Kahoot on Fridays. The kids love doing, they just go, it's Friday, we're doing a Kahoot quiz now. When they come in and they're looking forward to something, it's kind of like sneaking learning because they're learning something, they're applying what they know, and they're actually working towards it. The majority of them will actually work a little bit harder because they don't want to be at the bottom, so they'll actually be like, no, you know what, not this time. I'm gonna look this over. What's the quiz on this Friday? What are we doing? And then they'll actually study up.
In terms of the advanced data reports, it really helps to drive our instruction. So if we look at the advanced data and it says the student struggled the most with one specific question, I can then change my lesson the next day to target that specific idea.
I'm able to look at data differently, which has been extremely valuable by using the Upgraded Pro. I hope that it spreads in the entire school building.
Looking into the data really gives teachers an advantage in seeing like what questions they can target and how they can refine the work that they're doing.
It's not necessarily for grading purposes, it's just for information on who knows what information. For the most part, what I'm tracking is the questions, not necessarily the students. Was the question not a good question and that why they didn't understand it? Was it not understandable? Was the topic something that they just didn't learn yet, they didn't know yet?
I'm not looking at how quickly a student can answer the question. I want to see how accurate, troubleshooting areas that they're still having a problem in. I use it always to drive my teaching.
I think looking at that sort of like holistic view of where people are doing well, where can we focus on, I think that's a valuable aspect of Kahoot.
It's not just about the fun, you know, and I think the kids realize this also. It is a way to study and review.
Right off the bat, Kahoot it's engaging. You can see that not only students, but teachers get really excited too.